I'm always amazed by how invested I end up getting in indie games sometimes. Very often I find myself much more interested in and satisfied with the worlds and experiences that have been crafted by a team of maybe 4 or 5 passionate developers, if even that many. It's almost as if there's a level of care and polish that can only be achieved by these small groups and individuals that gets lost when a studio staff bloats into the dozens, or even hundreds. And what surprises me even more is when an indie game is easily able to suck me into its story in maybe half the time it takes for a AAA release to get me to remember a protagonist's name. Recently, I had this experience with a little game called One Shot. This pixelated adventure follows Nico, an adorable little cat... girl? Boy? It's purposefully ambiguous, but for simplicity's sake, I'm just gonna say she because... well, that's what I assumed when I first saw Nico. Anyway, she wakes up in a strange new world she's never seen before and learns that she is its messiah, and goes on a quest to restore light to this dark, mysterious world before it's too late. With its simple mechanics and pleasant aesthetic, it's a very easy game to pick up and play, but if your experience is anything like mine was, then you'll very quickly get hooked on it. This game got me more engaged and connected to its world and characters than any other game I have ever played, to the point that I was genuinely upset when it was over. This small little indie game had an enormous impact on me, and I want to try and figure out why I felt so connected to it. Today, ladies and gentlemen, I want to explain how One Shot made me, and potentially you, cry. And yes, spoilers ahead. Now, there are many aspects of this game I feel could easily be used to explain why I liked it so much. The gameplay and story are both very simple, but still provide a level of complexity for those who might be looking for a little bit more to chew on, both narratively and mechanically. The puzzles are challenging, but manageable. The characters are memorable and unique, all with their own distinct personalities and backstories, but they still feel grounded in the small cartoonish world they inhabit. The lore, though kind of zany, is still fascinating to learn about. And Nico's generally optimistic nature is both amusing and kind of inspiring. But while these aspects of the game are certainly well developed, to point to these alone as the reason the game is so heart-wrenching misses the point, I think. There is a fundamental part of this game's design that elevates the whole experience to something beyond what a conventional game can offer. It's the thing that makes this game what it is, and the thing that I think helped to strike a chord within me. And if you've already played the game, you know what I'm about to say. You are a crucial part of this game. Yes, you. And I do mean you. Not you playing as Nico, or you creating your own custom avatar to play as. I mean you. Watching this YouTube video right now, waiting for me to give you a mind-blowing revelation about game design. You who potentially has already bought One Shot off Steam, downloaded it, and played through the entire thing, and maybe played the Solstice update as well. And by you, I of course mean the player, so I also mean me and every other person who's played this game. You see, One Shot is well aware of the fact that it is a game that is being played. This simple little detail gives it the potential to do so much more, and it takes full advantage of that fact. Turning the player into what many of the NPCs think is a god, and even making the major antagonist the game itself. Many of the game's puzzles require you to think outside the box and venture outside of the program to figure them out. It gets you to dive deep into your documents folders to find text files with secret hidden codes. Gets you to move files around to unlock different areas. Changes your background to give you hints, and even forces you to open up a secondary program hidden within the game's files to properly advance. And for as daunting as that might sound, none of these puzzles ever felt impossible. They only added to the experience by making it feel so much more compelling. By making the player go outside of the game's window to complete certain tasks and advance through the story, it gives you this sense that this is more than just a game. And this extends to the world and the characters you meet in it. For as unrealistic as it is, there's a sense that this place and these people could and do exist, which is emphasized by the game's exposition, in which it's explained that this world is a program based on an older world created by the author as a way to save everyone, that can only exist with the help of a world machine, aka your computer. All of these meta aspects come together to get you to care enough about the world and its culture, its plants and animals, and most importantly, its people and your relationships with them, to try and save them all. And nowhere else is this better shown than in your relationship with the game's adorable little protagonist, Nico. Throughout the game, the player slowly builds a bond with her as you try to guide her on her journey. You talk to her and have conversations with her, and even have a few fun moments together. She tells you about her village and her family, how she's old enough to look after younger kids in her town, how her favorite food is pancakes. Specifically, the kind of pancakes her mama makes. She tells you about the dreams she has whenever she takes a nap, as well as some of the nightmares she has. You learn about her fears and worries, her concern about whether or not the sun will actually fix this world, and if she'll ever get to see her mama again. When she's in doubt, you're the one who has to try and lift her spirits. And when you need to tell her some bad news, it is genuinely heartbreaking. The relationship I had with Nico, with this virtual character, felt real. So much so that when things started to go bad in the Solstice update and Nico got mad at me over a misunderstanding, I was scared that our bond had been ruined in some way. One Shot's ability to make me cry stems from one simple idea that is crucial to this game's design, and that is the fact that the player, whether it be me or you or whoever else played it, are a part of this game. You explore the world and meet so many interesting characters that you get to know on a personal level. You develop a strong bond with its main character that keeps you going, even when you think all hope is lost. It serves to get you invested in the game very quickly and engage you in its narrative. And after everything you go through with Nico, exploring the world, reaching the tower, going above and beyond what is expected by resetting the game to face the entity and truly save this world, when it all finally comes to an end and Nico finally gets to go home, well, it's kinda hard to say goodbye. And yeah, those are my thoughts. This is one I've been wanting to make for a while, ever since I finished One Shot the first time, just to show my appreciation for this game, because I am just absolutely in love with it. It has become my new favorite game, which was a title once held by The Last of Us, which is still a close second. From the art to the story to the characters to the lore to the puzzles, I love everything about this game, and I highly recommend that you go check it out for yourself. It's a fantastic experience. Anyway, tell me what you think, where you agree, disagree, love the meta ARG weird aspects of this game, hated them, etc. And thanks for watching. If you're interested, make sure to check out my last video where I talked about how fun Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid is. And if you enjoyed this and want to see more, then be sure to like, comment, share, and of course, subscribe to come fly with me. And hopefully, I'll see you later.